Hi guys, this is just another update on my tank. I've had quite a few people commenting and saying how well my corals are doing, and all I need to say is stability. I believe in it more than water changes. Stability, stability, stability. It's just, I don't do water changes. I haven't done water changes for about 6 months now, and I just dose. Loads of people all say no, you've got to keep up with water changes, but I just find you're just chasing numbers. You do a 20% water change and you've still got 80% left of whatever you're trying to take out still in the tank. So I stopped doing them. I was sick of chasing numbers, and since I've stopped doing water changes and kept everything stable, I have an auto top off, which you'll see in the video later on, and I have a doser and I dose, and since then I've had no problems at all with any of my corals. They've all been absolutely brilliant. They open up and close at night. Yeah, I just can't complain at all. I think it's just all down to stability, 100%. I feed the same every day. I feed the corals the same every day. I just don't change anything. And if my alkalinity needs to be raised slightly, I just raise it by 1 ml at a time, so I can keep it as stable as possible, and I've had absolutely fantastic results. I don't think I'm ever going to do a water change again unless something really bad happens, and again, if something really bad happens, I'm going to have to do probably a 90% water change to even have an effect on whatever's happened. So yeah, just keep things, everything stable as I can. Salinity, calcium, alkalinity, just everything. My setup really is quite simple. I don't have loads of room in my sump, so I've had to make a sump myself, a little square one. I do run a UV, but only when I need it. It's not switched on at the moment. It's plugged in all the time, but it's not switched on. There's my auto top off, just to keep my salinity as stable as I can. And I just run 100 micron socks now. I've moved away from other normal socks at 250 microns. I run all my socks now 100 microns, and then it goes into a little return pump. It's only 1,000 litres an hour. Drill through the side of my piece of wood that just is in the middle of the tank, or the cupboard should I say, into a reactor. And in the reactor all I've got is carbon, Purigen, Phosguard, and another phosphate remover from Fluval, Clearmax I think it's called. I just lob them all in. I don't mess around. It's just keeping everything bang on. I'm using a Tunzi 9012 dock skimmer. I did have a bubble magus in there, but I just use the Tunzi one now, and it's dragging so much out. As you can see then in the third chamber, I've got Cheeto with some miracle mud at the bottom. Loads of little critters in there. Past the bubble catcher into the return, which is a Jabo. I had to replace my TMC one because she died on me, but I have had it for 6 years, and a motor running for 6 years solid, I think's pretty good going. Like I said, I do dose calcium, alkalinity and magnesium, all from Reef Flowers. Had no problems, but I am thinking of changing over to Tropic Marin. I do no-pox as well. So some people say no-pox and the Cheeto and the the stuff that I've interacted is a bit of overkill, but the way I've got it set up, it seems to keep everything just stable again. Just showing you the Red Sea test kits. They're the test kits I use, but I'm thinking of going back to Salifert. I find they're a bit more better readings on them, more accurate to an ICP test. And I've changed over my lights as well from the Fluval ones I did have to these TMC Photons. I've been so happy with them. Really bright, controllables, really easy on your app. Yeah, they're just absolutely spot on lights, and for the price as well, I don't think you can beat them. I use Coral Nutrition from Red Sea. I'm not going to bang on about this too much, loads of people know about it. I also use Celifert Coral Food as well. The reason being is because it's got one or two things that the Coral Nutrition doesn't have on it in the description as well. I also use Reef Snow. I've used Reefroids before now, but I find this stuff just the same. It's just a Reef Snow that feeds the corals. Zoas love it, and I don't see no difference between that and Reefroids, and it's pretty half the price as well. So that's what I dose every day, and that's what the corals get every day as well. So just going to show you a couple of my corals now. Elegance coral. A lot of people suffer with keeping these, but again, I found since I've been as stable as I am, I've had no dramas with it. It hasn't shrunken back or anything. Even at night it stays open. So and the colours have been popping since having these new lights on. The little blue tips are amazing, and under blues they look really good as well. I think I've got a couple of blue shots coming up on the end of the video just to show my corals under blues, or my best corals under blues anyway. But yeah, really recommend an Elegance coral to any reefer out there, but they don't like swings, so that's why I say, once you're stable, get one of these corals because they are really, really nice. They did start getting hosted with the two clowns, but they stopped for some reason, so I'm not bothered. Showing you this coral. It's a carnation coral, or a cauliflower coral as some people call them. A lot of people say they can't keep them. I've had one in the past when I first started reefing, and it died on me. And this one, it doesn't close up either. It just stays like you're seeing now, stays like that all the time. And it feeds off the it goes really, really fat and juicy when you put the Red Sea Coral Nutrition in. Really plumps up, and I'm dead pleased with it. 6 months I've had it now. Really, really good. This is my only SPS I have. I do want to move on to some acros now. I think my tank's ready. I think I'm ready. Again, stability I think is key for SPSs as well. No coral, even softy corals like toads don't like swings and roundabouts, so now I've got the stability nailed down pretty much. Like I said, it's been stable for 6 months. I haven't changed anything, and everything's booming, and you can see the polyp extension on this SPS is just breathtaking. I did have a slight bleaching in the middle, and that's why I changed my lights over. I think I was getting some dead spots with the effluvals, so I changed them, and the flesh is starting to grow back in the middle, which is absolutely brilliant. I thought I'd show my Duncans as well as another coral after this one, which is my candy cane or trumpet coral, whichever one it is. I can never decide which one it is. These are my Duncans, and I've had these I had these in my old tank as well. So I've had them probably about a year now, and they've got about 30 heads on it, roughly. When I got it, it had 2, and so did my candy cane, that had 2 heads, and it's just absolutely flying. The speed of this thing growing is quite scary. How big it's going to be now in about a year's time. I reckon it's going to be double the size. So I'll probably have to start fragging and sending some off to my local fish shop, I think. My cup coral as well. Got this as a frag. It was not a lot bigger than what it is now. I say it's about 6 inches across, roughly. But it was a bit small. It was about 5 inches when I first got it, so it's grown about an inch all the way round. Polyp extension is amazing. Never go in, always out, and I've never had a problem with it. And I agree that the Red Sea Coral Nutrition has made a massive difference, because the polyp extension's a lot bigger than it used to be. I can never remember the name of these. I just love them because of the colours. Oh, gonna get photo bombed. Yeah, the colours are great. I think they're called Scolies, I think they're called. Is it Scolies? I'm not too sure. Comment below if you know the name of them. But just the reds and the blues on them are amazing. It's the best blue that I've got, apart from my little damselfish that I've got. I know they're not picking on all my other fish before anyone says anything. Yeah, the blues on this coral is really nice. I love it. Dead fleshy and moves really well in the tank. And again, when I dose my food for the coral, it just opens up and starts feeding like mad. Looks great. These are the trumpet corals, or candy cane I was on about before. They're so bright in the middle as well. There's a couple where you can see right in the middle of the coral. Two of them are just absolutely bright as anything. They're just insane how bright they are. I don't know why just those two heads are that bright, but the rest of them are just still bright, but as you can see by the video, they are really insane. And again, I got these from a two-headed frag about 6 months ago, and it's just grown like mad. Each head is always splitting. So yeah, really pleased with this one. Looking great. I put this little guy on because I've never had one before, and I've always seen them in the local fish shops, and always wondered, oh, am I going to lose fish to them? Because I've seen many pictures of these with a fish hanging out of his mouth. But no, I went for it, and I've had no problems. I hand feed it little bits of mysis and that, just to keep it going. But it does pick out loads of little things out of the water. But it's just really nice, and it's one of the best looking, I was going to say coral red, it's an anemone, but it's the best looking coloration under blues that I've got in the whole tank. The orange is out of this world, and I've got a picture coming up at the end of the video just to show you how good it is. So these are my corals under blues. This is my only SPS that I've got, and it just pops like mad. I love it. I have used an orange filter taking these pictures, so it cuts the blue out so you can really see the colours popping. This is my candy cane. Didn't have a video of it because they don't move much, but this, when it does, when it's getting fed, it really does pop out. All the tentacles come out, and it feeds really well. But it's stunning under blues. These are my two chalices. It's a bit of a close-up picture, but I wanted to get the little polyps in there. There's one on the right which is a blue and pink chalice, and the one on the left is a purple and orange chalice. It's really nice. I don't have a lot of zoas, only a couple of them. Never been a mega fan of them. I like mushrooms more, but no, these are my I'm not too sure the name of them. I think they're just a normal zoa. I don't think there's anything special. Oh, I do apologise. No, sorry, I do have another little cluster of them on the left hand side of the tank, but like I said, I don't have lots of zoas at all. These mushrooms are very cool. The picture just doesn't do it justice, but they are really bright, and they're like that in the daytime as well. They're just as bright. And there's my elegance with the blue tips, purple tips, whatever you want to call that colour. They're just really smart on the blues. I've been so happy with the coral since feeding this Red Sea Coral Nutrition. And there's me Nem under blues. The orange is just unbelievable, the green in the middle. Yeah, I've been so happy with getting one. I think I'm going to get another one as well, probably a different colour. My cup coral, again, like I said, the polyps, they never ever go in. They're always out, always feeding. And I do again put it down to the Coral Nutrition Red Seas. Unbelievable stuff. So that's it. That's my tank. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something from it. If anyone's got any comments, please comment down below.